This video is going to brief what is peer review, why we need it, what is the process involved, types of peer review, how to conduct a peer review and challenges. What is peer review? Peer review is a way to make sure a research paper written by scholars is good enough to be published. Other experts in the same field read the paper to check if it's new, correct, and valuable. This helps editors decide if the paper should be shared in their journal. For example, a peer-reviewed study could examine what predicts vaccine uptake in a population. The experts who could peer review include, for example, epidemiologists, public health researchers, communication scientists, psychologists, or statisticians.
Why we need peer review. Peer review is a key step in scientific publishing that ensures a paper is accurate. It is a kind of quality control and is supposed to prevent misinformation. Expert reviewers are asked by journals to help improve the papers they check and give the journal a thumbs up or thumbs down as to whether they think the article should be published, and if so, whether any minor or major changes need to be made to the article before it is ready to go. Peer review improves papers by strengthening the content. Reviewers may identify areas needing more detail or additional experiments. Improving clarity. If certain parts are hard to understand, reviewers suggest ways to make them easier to follow. Enhancing value. Reviewers assess how useful the paper is to others in the field and suggest ways to increase its impact.
What is the process of peer review? Generally, when a paper is sent to a journal, it's first checked to see if it meets the basic requirements by editors. If it does, the editors choose a team of experts in the field to review the paper and give their feedback. The reviewers are usually not being paid, which is a bit of a bone of contention. Despite this, they will generally accept reviewing a paper as part of their workload, as it gives them kudos being able to say they are part of a group of expert peer reviewers. After the reviewers read the paper on their own, each one will write a report for the editor. They'll recommend whether to accept, revise, or reject the paper. If big changes are needed, they might suggest resubmission. They also need to explain their decision, which takes time. The editors will then check the comments by reviewers and send them to the authors of the article. Authors may make revisions accordingly. The editor makes the final decision, but they mostly rely on the reviews. Once a paper is accepted, it usually appears online soon, with printed versions coming later. This process can take time with multiple rounds of revisions. This diagram shows general process of peer review, while it slightly varies in practice.
Understanding the different types of peer review is important because they address potential biases and promote fairness in the evaluation process. Each type tackles specific biases, such as favoritism, prejudice, or lack of transparency. There are 4 main types of peer review: single-blind, double-blind, open, and transparent peer review. Single-blind. The reviewers know the names of the authors, but the authors do not know who reviewed their manuscript unless the reviewer chooses to sign their report. Double-blind. The reviewers do not know the names of the authors, and the authors do not know who reviewed their manuscript. Open peer. Authors know who the reviewers are, and the reviewers know who the authors are. If the manuscript is accepted, the named reviewer reports are published alongside the article, and the author's response to the reviewer. Transparent peer. The reviewers know the names of the authors, but the authors do not know who reviewed their manuscript unless the reviewer chooses to sign their report. If the manuscript is accepted, the anonymous reviewer reports are published alongside the article and the author's response to the reviewer.
How reviewers conduct a peer review. Peer review is a kind of quality control way to filter research through the judgment process of paper quality, novelty or replication, and suitability for journal by editors and reviewers. The critical evaluation includes the judgments of papers. Coherence. The paper's ideas should flow logically from one to the next. Use of appropriate references. The research should cite trusted sources to back up its points. Validity and relevance of research question. The main question should be clear, meaningful, and address an important topic. Originality. The study should present new ideas or insights. Suitable methodology sample. The way the research was done and the sample used should fit the study's purpose. Adequacy. The research methods should provide enough information to answer the question. Ethics. The study should follow moral guidelines such as respecting participants' rights. Appropriate analysis. The data should be analyzed properly to give accurate results. Discussion of findings. The paper should explain what the results mean and how they fit with other research. Limitations. It should mention any weaknesses or things that could affect the results. Justification of conclusions. The conclusions should be backed up by the evidence gathered during the study of appropriate references.
Challenges for peer review. While peer review is essential for improving and checking research, it faces several challenges that can affect its fairness and how good the outcome actually is. These challenges highlight the need to address biases, maintain trust, and ensure the quality and consistency of the process. Here are some key issues. First, peer review and publishing rely on trust and honesty. Issues such as plagiarism, misrepresenting data, or creating fake peer reviews can undermine this trust and impact the integrity of the process. Second, sometimes publishers rely on a small group of trusted reviewers, which slows down the publication process. These reviewers are often rushed and might review papers outside their expertise, affecting the quality of what gets published. There aren't enough qualified reviewers to handle all the research papers. And the fact that peer reviewing isn't paid for is another reason of small number reviewers. Third, anonymity in the relationship between reviewers and authors is generally more important for the author being evaluated than for the reviewer providing feedback. Research shows that a reviewer's anonymity does not significantly impact the quality of their review, their recommendation, or the time taken to complete it. However, some argue that a lack of anonymity for reviewers can introduce challenges. When their identity is known, reviewers may be more likely to decline review requests due to potential drawbacks. These include taking longer to complete the review, being overly cautious in their feedback, or feeling uncomfortable if the author is someone they know, especially if the author is more senior. In small fields, this lack of anonymity can create tension among individuals who might otherwise collaborate. Fourth, studies show that different reviewers often give different opinions on the same paper. This could be due to selecting reviewers with different skills, or just that different people just have different opinions. However, sometimes these differences may reflect biases, such as favoring well-known authors, certain institutions, or even based on the author's country or gender. In addition, the system can sometimes resist publishing new and challenging research, keeping things the way they are. As the system becomes more established, it can be harder for groundbreaking research to break through. Many examples show that even important high-quality work has faced rejection. While some argue this cautious approach ensures only robust research is published, others worry it creates barriers for truly innovative ideas. Striking the right balance between encouraging novelty and maintaining quality is a long-standing debate in the world of peer review and publication. And lastly, the integration of AI in the peer review process has the potential to streamline workflows, enhance objectivity by identifying biases, and improve the efficiency and consistency of evaluations, while raising ethical considerations regarding transparency and reviewer accountability, and at least at the time of recording this video, the quality of the information included.
Collectively, peer review is an important part of publishing research papers because it helps make sure the work is good quality. But the process isn't perfect. The way peer review works is slowly changing, with new ideas like open and transparent peer review becoming more common. People also want reviewers to be fair, give clear feedback, and get credit for their hard work. These changes aim to make the system better and help researchers share their ideas with the world.